So, more details on what's going on with the major action sequence from Spider-Man Brand New Day, aka who exactly owns those tanks and how are they involved and why. Well, here's an interesting twist to everything because this ties all the way back to Spider-Man Homecoming and also the Avengers. So you want more details on what's going on with Spider-Man Brand New Day? Well, don't worry, because boy do we have some details and more leaks. So as we already covered, there's been multiple leaks in regards to the film. Some of these obviously are hinting at the bigger picture and what we know, such as the villain of the piece, aka Mr. Negative. And then, of course, we got his demons. But on top of this, we've had the suit leak and, of course, a partial official reveal and then that big action sequence that they're shooting. Well, we got another piece of detail in regards to that giant action sequence that they're shooting and what's going on. So this is actually expected to be sort of the ramp up to the third act of the film, aka the build up towards the final battle, per all the reports. Now, of course, I think this does make sense. If this is the final battle, then in the first act, Spidey's going to fight lower level villains like Tarantula and Boomerang. Him and Frank are going to tangle in the middle act and then figure out what's going on with Mr. Negative and the demons. They start attacking the city with tanks and a militarized force. And then Frank and Spidey have to battle them, fight on top of the tanks, fight alongside each other, and then we're of course getting to the third act, which is, hey, let's take down Mr. Negative. Now, here's another piece of info that's leaked. So those tanks that we see on the set, they have some very distinct logos on them that aren't just the demons. And per reports and a major leak, these are actually provided to Mr. Negative by the Department of Damage Control. That's right, the same people that turned the Vulture into a villain when they took over his contract. Damage Control, who of course was holding on to pieces of Ultron and various tech because they scrape up the after battle of all these things and they keep it for themselves. It looks like Damage Control is either working with Mr. Negative or they are playing a direct hand in supplying him these weapons. Which again is very interesting because we know that they want Damage Control to have a bigger part and role in this. And as I've been speculating for a while, I specifically said I think Damage Control will start interfering with events and that they're going to be the ones that ultimately end up building Sentinels from all the technology that they've collected. And I think we're leaning more and more in that direction as we heard a rumor that Damage Control could be a part of this film and being built up to be a bigger deal with multiple things going forward. And people even hinted at it, and we kind of assumed here at the CBC as well that maybe they could play a role in what's going on with the Vision series and ultimately Armor Wars as well. So a lot of things to connect here, a lot of dots to connect, but pretty awesome to see Damage Control is somehow involved and potentially, again, being used or directly supplying the bad guy with arms. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.